Everyone, this is Paradise Photography Magazine, and I'm glad to be able to join YouTube at this time. So I just wanted to share my thoughts. I'm very glad that we have our first Black ethnicity American president, Barack Obama. So he'll go down in the history books. I totally feel that we might have another historian in the history books. I just want to share my thoughts that historians like Susan B. Anthony to really had a vision, like many historians have a vision for women. And I actually took a women's history class. It was impacting. Women were baby machines and making that man happy, and cleaning. Our daily job was the kitchen and laundry. But nowadays, because of historians like Susan B. Anthony, we are able to voice our opinions, we're able to vote, and we're able to enlist in the military and of all branches and fight just as the guys, So that's totally mind-blowing. And to serve in the courtroom and deal with different types of cases, able to have our first judge, Supreme Court. And I just want to share that Hillary Clinton, she learned a lot when she was a first lady. She learned a lot from Barack Obama when she was Secretary of State. And I truly believe 2016, our first women president down in history, hopefully, that'll be amazing. We have fought our civil rights for equal rights. And I also want to share that there's been talk about the abortion bill with Trump. And what I have to say is that walk in the day of a victim and you would know how that victim feels. They're traumatized by the situation. They're not able to have steady relationships with men or probably with people because they have trust issues. And they don't want to be touched because they're probably, when you're raped, you're abused. And it's a very it's a very mental, dramatic situation. And women, it's hard to let it go. Probably the same way when men are taken advantage of. So I'm speaking up for both because it happens to both parties. But I do want to share for those women who are pregnant after a rape, and the mindset is really hard. You look at that child and you're always reminded of what happened. And with a child, you got to provide, mental and emotional and physical skills for them to work and into a society with other people so they can have healthy relationships and with other people and with themselves. There's some people are need to find themselves because of trauma. And I just wanted to say that it's easy to make comments when you don't walk in the shoes of victims. But the people should be punished is the accuser, the man, that woman who decides to take that decision making, the jury and the judge. I'm going to validate this person. I don't care how they feel. Their civil rights, I'm going to take away from them. I'm going to force my way on them, and I'm going to make sure I get mine at the end. That's not humanity. That's not. And those people are animals. And they should be locked up in prison for that. You want to be an animal? Be locked up. But, very few of abusers, due to victims, and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I put a gun to your head. I'm sorry I put a knife to your head to force you to an intercourse. You don't see that remorse. So I just want to share these thoughts because our public figures are not perfect. Yes, they say beautiful words to get elected, but you can't control life. You can't control other how people think in other countries who are leaders. So they're doing their best to run America. They do their best so we don't have genocide in America. They're doing their best to keep the peace, because there's so many countries who want to go to war. You have North Korea doing underground testing for warfare, like bombs, aircrafts, and you want the Middle East. They want that power, and the other people is Russia. And why we can't be in peace? Why we have to make money on war? That money on war could feed the people who are starving, should educate the people who need the education, housing the people who don't have homes. Life is getting expensive, and situations happen, and people are sometimes homeless, not because they don't want to work, because of situations, or maybe because they want to, but society tells them, you have these taxes, and they're so high, and it's hard to keep up. And you want a job, and these jobs, they will call you, but they don't call them. Some people have to resort of degrading themselves and being pole dancers so they can feed their children. We should be a better society, and hopefully Hillary Clinton can be that woman in 2016. Please vote for her. She's not able to solve all the problems in America, but she can at least do her best, because she's human and she's imperfect. She's not a god, or we just make a wish and then poof, everything's perfect. She's a human being like everyone else. She makes mistakes. She's imperfect, but she'll try to make wise decisions for the country, so there won't be so much mistakes, but so much able to problem solve the problems that we have. So for those people who believe that abortion should be people should be punished for killing babies, I differ. Of course, there's other resources that can go out and not kill the baby, but if they weren't raped, then they didn't have to get the abortion. So I think the finger should be pointed at the accusers, not the victims. And this is Paradise Photography. Please subscribe, and see you soon. Have a good day.